Are you looking for the best soundbars with subwoofer? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best soundbars with subwoofer on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Samsung HWQ990F. The best soundbar with subwoofer we've tested is the Samsung HWQ990F. This premium 1.1.4 setup is the next generation of the Samsung HWQ990D and comes with an updated subwoofer design to bring all the thump and rumble in the bass range. Unlike the previous generation, this model's sub is sealed and has a smaller form factor. The newer subwoofer doesn't have potential rattle issues when you have the bass cranked up, but you'll experience more compression as a trade-off. You could go with either the HWQ990F or HWQ990D based on your preferences, as they're quite similar in most other aspects. However, the latter doesn't support Eclipse Audio, a royalty-free competitor to Dolby Atmos and DTS-X developed by Google and Samsung. That said, the technology is still relatively new, and there isn't much content for it yet, so you won't miss out on much if your soundbar doesn't support the format. The HWQ990F has a versatile sound. Dialogue and instruments sound crisp and clear, whether you're watching TV or listening to your favorite tunes. Since the bar is super customizable in terms of sound, you can adjust the amount of bass with its graphic EQ and other presets. This top-of-the-line soundbar also supports immersive audio formats like Dolby Atmos, and its satellites help spread sound effects to the space all around you for a clear and real feel. Its stereo soundstage isn't as impressive as other premium models, like the Sonos Ultimate Immersive set with eARC Ultra. This is a good option, especially if you already own products in the Sonos ecosystem. However, the Sonos doesn't have as many sound customization tools, which isn't ideal for everyone. Plus, the Samsung has wider connectivity, supporting HDMI pass-through, so you can use the soundbar as a device hub if your TV ports are less accessible. Number 2. LG S90TR. The best soundbar in the mid-range is the LG S90TR. Like the Samsung HWQ990F, you get satellites with this bar but fewer channels overall than the Samsung. However, the LG's 7.1.3 configuration covers more than the essentials for surround sound and low-end thump. Out of the box, the sub produces a punchy bass without overwhelming the mids or masking the clear treble ranges. Of course, you can play with the bass settings or the graphic EQ if you want more oomph from the subwoofer. The bar's AI sound calibration tunes the response of your room, and the bar produces a clean sound without robbing your audio of its dynamics, even at max volume. If you own an LG TV, it's Wowcast ready, so you can wirelessly connect the bar to your LG TV, and it supports Wow Orchestra, which uses your TV's speakers to further amp up the bar's sound. If your home theater doesn't consist of other products from the LG ecosystem, you still get plenty of wireless connectivity for music and podcasts. That said, it lacks the HDMI 2.1 compatibility of the Samsung HWQ990F. If you're looking to use your soundbar as a hub between your console and TV, the Samsung HWQ910D may be worth a look. While the HWQ910D is semi-wireless, requiring the satellites to be wired to a common transmitter, the soundbar supports HDMI pass-through up to 4K at 120 Hz. Number 3. TCL Q85H. The TCL Q85H offers many of the features of pricier bars at a more wallet-friendly price. It offers plenty of thump right out of the box, and its default tuning emphasizes the mid and high bass over our target slightly. It's a good choice for those of you who like to really feel a helicopter's engine as it zooms by, though it can muddy sound in biopics and dramas with less emphasis on explosions and action. But don't worry, you can tweak their sound with EQ presets, and bass and treble level adjustments. This soundbar also comes with AI Sonic, the bar's proprietary room correction feature. This bar gets loud enough to fill most rooms with sound, but it's missing a subwoofer, satellite, and height channel adjustments found on the LG S90TR. That said, it does have dedicated up-firing Atmos drivers on both the bar and satellites, which is rare for a bar in this price point. While not providing an especially convincing sense of height, the up-firing drivers are pleasant to listen to and add a touch of immersive feeling to proceedings. Still, if you can make do with fewer sound enhancement tools and less comprehensive wireless connectivity, the TCL is a worthwhile pickup. The TCL Q85H is a 2024 soundbar at the top of the value-driven brand's lineup. Complete with a subwoofer and 2 satellites, the set uses the brand's Ray-Dan side-firing drivers meant to widen the soundstage, while its up-firing drivers add the height dimension for formats like Dolby Atmos and DTS-X. Other premium features include AI Sonic, which is TCL's name for room correction, and Tutti Choral, which lets you use a compatible TCL TV's built-in speakers to add to the mix. Number 4. Sennheiser AMBEO Soundbar Max. Not everyone has space in their living room for a dedicated subwoofer. In these cases, bars with built-in subwoofers offer a great alternative. The Sennheiser AMBEO Soundbar Max is the best one we've tested, and it's one of the few bars with a built-in sub that can reproduce bass frequencies as low as the top models on our list. You feel the deep thump and rumble in your seat, whether listening to bass-heavy music or action-packed movie scenes. Simply bump up the bass using the included bass adjustment feature to ensure you hear these frequencies at the same volume as others. This soundbar supports many commonly used audio formats, including Dolby Digital and Dolby Atmos. Thanks to its unique 3D virtual surround mode, sound comes from over and around you, resembling the experience you get from systems with wireless speakers. That said, it's a large and heavy soundbar, which may not be ideal depending on the setup of your living space. If you want a more compact soundbar with a solid bass performance, check out the Sonos eARC Ultra or the Bose Smart Soundbar. Neither of these bars replicates a low-frequency extension as impressive as the Sennheiser, but they still bring a solid amount of bass for standalone bars. If your space is pretty tight or you have fussy neighbors downstairs, consider one of the best all-in-one soundbars instead. Number 5. Nakamichi Shockwafe Ultra 9.2 eARC. If you have a larger and more open living space, you'll want a soundbar capable of filling the room with sound. In that case, the Nakamichi Shockwafe Ultra 9.2 eARC is your best bet. It's a unique 9.2.4 setup with 2 subwoofers and 4 satellites to bring an immersive sound to your living room. The extra sub balances the bass reproduction throughout your room, so you don't notice any holes or gaps in the soundstage, while the added satellites bring sound effects all around your room for a clear and lifelike feel. Whether you're listening to surround sound or height content like Atmos, you'll feel right in the middle of the action on the screen. This bar is the upgraded version of the Nakamichi Shockwafe Ultra 9.2 CH with additional features, including eARC support, meaning you can enjoy DTS-X content on your favorite Blu-rays. However, compared to top picks like the Samsung HWQ990F, sound enhancement features are limited. It doesn't offer a true room correction feature either, as it doesn't have a microphone to analyze your living space. That said, its unique spatial surround elevation technology lets you choose between 3 different sound presets based on the size of your room, which is a nice touch. This setup's hefty design also